Welcome to my channel where I share my journey, my hustle, and all the crazy adventures along the way. Let me tell you about the time I was absolutely killing it online, making more money than I ever dreamed of. I was raking in $70,000 a month and my family had absolutely no clue. Can you imagine that? I'm talking stacks on stacks, secret bank accounts, the whole 9 yards. It was like living a double life. It was wild. It all started with this crazy idea I had, right? I was just sitting there one day brainstorming ways to make some extra cash. Then I saw this opportunity online and I was like, yo, I gotta jump on this. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. I hustled like crazy, put in the work, and before I knew it, the money started rolling in. I was working late nights, early mornings, just grinding non-stop. I'm talking PayPal notifications going off like crazy. Direct deposits hitting my account left and right. It was like a dream come true. It was insane. But here's the thing. I couldn't tell a soul. Not a single person could know about my secret success. Not my parents, not my siblings, nobody. I had to keep it all to myself, which was so hard because I was bursting with excitement. I wanted to surprise them, blow their minds with my secret success. I had this whole plan in my head about how I was going to reveal it. So I kept it all under wraps, playing it cool like it was just another day at the office. I had to act normal, even though inside I was freaking out. Little did they know their boy was out here building an empire. I was creating something huge, something that would change our lives forever. It was the most exhilarating, terrifying, and awesome experience of my life. The thrill of the hustle, the fear of being found out, and the joy of success all rolled into one. Looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. Every late night, every moment of doubt, it was all worth it. And now, I'm here to share my story with you all. So stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. So how was I making all this money? Well, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I was putting in some serious hours, burning the midnight oil, grinding away while everyone else was sleeping. I'm talking late nights, early mornings, the whole shebang. But hey, I wasn't complaining. The thought of achieving my financial dreams, of finally being able to take care of my family, it fueled me. Plus, the whole secrecy thing added this extra layer of excitement to it all. I remember I'd be up in my room, hunched over my computer, just hustling. And every time I'd hear a knock on the door, I'd like slam my laptop shut and be all casual, like, yeah, what's up? It was intense. But you know what? It was all worth it. Seeing those numbers in my bank account grow higher and higher with each passing day, it was the most incredible feeling in the world. Now, keeping a secret like that from your family, that's a whole other level of operation, my friends. It was like I was living a double life. By day, I was just your average dude, hanging out with the fam, acting like everything was normal. But by night, I was like a secret agent, sneaking around, hiding packages, whispering on the phone. I had to be so careful, so calculated, always one step ahead. Like whenever I'd get a delivery for my online business, I'd have to time it perfectly so that nobody was home. And then I'd stash those boxes away in my closet like a squirrel hiding its nuts. It was wild. But hey, a little secrecy never hurt nobody, right? Plus, I knew that the look on my family's faces when I finally revealed my secret would be absolutely priceless. And that, my friends, is what kept me going. Section 4. Close calls and near misses. Now let me tell you, there were definitely some close calls along the way. Moments where I thought for sure my secret was about to be blown. You know those moments when your heart skips a beat, and you can almost feel the blood draining from your face? Yeah, it was like that. Like that one time my mom almost walked in on me while I was on a business call. I was deep in conversation, discussing important details, and suddenly, I heard the unmistakable sound of her footsteps. I remember I was in the middle of closing a deal, talking numbers and strategies, when I heard her footsteps coming down the hallway. My mind went into overdrive, trying to figure out how to keep my cover. I panicked, man. I threw myself under my desk, phone still glued to my ear, whispering frantically. I was trying to keep my voice steady while my heart was pounding like a drum. Thankfully, she didn't come in, but man, my heart was racing a mile a minute. I could feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins and it took a while to calm down. It was a close one. I had to take a moment to wipe the sweat off my forehead and catch my breath. Then there was that other time when my brother almost found my secret stash of cash. I had been so careful, but sometimes luck just isn't on your side. I had it hidden away in this old shoebox, tucked away in the back of my closet, right? It seemed like the perfect hiding spot, until he started rummaging around, and he was looking for something, and he pulled out the box. My heart stopped for a second and I could barely breathe. I swear I almost had a heart attack. I was watching from the doorway, frozen in place, hoping he wouldn't open it. Luckily he put it back without a second thought, but that was way too close for comfort. These moments, they really make you appreciate the calm after the storm. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, and when it's over, you can't help but laugh at how ridiculous it all was. Looking back, these close calls are some of the most memorable parts of the journey. They keep you on your toes and remind you that sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. Section 5. The Big Reveal. Okay, so the time had finally come. After months of keeping this massive secret, I decided it was time to let the cat out of the bag. I couldn't keep it bottled up any longer. I wanted to do something special, something memorable, so I planned this whole elaborate surprise party for my family. I rented out this cool space, hired a DJ, the works. I invited all our close friends and relatives, and I made sure nobody breathed a word of it to my family. I wanted their minds to be completely blown. The day of the party arrived, and I was a nervous wreck. I mean, what if they didn't react the way I hoped? What if they thought I was being arrogant or boastful? But as soon as I saw their faces when they walked into that room, all my worries melted away. They were speechless, jaws on the floor, eyes wide with disbelief. It was perfect. Section 6. Family Matters, the Aftermath. The moment I revealed my secret, the energy in the room shifted. It was as if time stood still for a second and everyone was trying to process what they had just heard. My family, they were overjoyed, of course, but there were also these other emotions swirling around. Confusion, disbelief, even a little bit of concern. It was a cocktail of feelings that no one could quite put into words. My parents, bless their hearts, they were worried about where all this money had come from. They couldn't wrap their heads around the idea that their child could suddenly be making so much money. They kept asking me if I was involved in something illegal or dangerous. Their minds raced with all sorts of worst-case scenarios. I had to assure them 1,000,000 times that everything was legit. I explained every detail, every step I took to get here, just to put their minds at ease. My siblings, on the other hand, they were mostly just in awe. They couldn't believe their brother had pulled off something so incredible. They kept asking me to invest in their crazy business ideas. Every other minute, someone had a new pitch, a new plan, a new dream they wanted to chase. I mean, hey, I get it. $70,000 a month is a lot of dough. It's the kind of money that can change lives. And they saw endless possibilities. But you know what the best part was? It wasn't even about the money itself. It was about the look of pride in my parents' eyes, the way they held their heads a little higher. It was about the look of pride in my parents' eyes, the feeling of finally being able to provide for my family, the sense of security that came with it, the feeling of finally being able to provide for my family, to give them the life they deserved, was indescribable. It was a moment of triumph, a culmination of all the hard work and sacrifices, the realization that I had achieved something truly extraordinary. It was a milestone, a turning point, and it made every struggle worth it. We celebrated that night, not just for the money, but for the journey, the growth, and the unbreakable bond that held us together through it all. And as we looked forward to the future, we knew that this was just the beginning of something even greater. Lessons learned. Honesty is the best policy. Looking back on that crazy time in my life, I realized that keeping such a huge secret from my family, even with the best of intentions, wasn't the smartest move. It created this unnecessary distance between us, this wall of secrecy that I had built with my own two hands. While the grand reveal was epic, it also led to some awkward conversations and a bit of mistrust. I learned that honesty and transparency are crucial in any relationship, especially with the people you love most. If I could go back in time, I would have definitely looped them in sooner, shared my journey with them from the start. But hey, you live and you learn, right? And at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. It taught me the value of hard work, the importance of family, and the power of honesty.